All right. What's up, everybody? Let's do a quick audio and visual check. If you guys could hear me and if we are streaming in 1080p, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up in the chat and we will get started shortly. We're reporting live from Central Park South. We are inside Central Park. We're looking at all these beautiful horses here. Snow is still on the ground. And got some pretty beautiful views right here at sunset. Looking at Trump Tower, Deutsche Bank Tower, Central Park Tower, and 220 Central Park South. So we'll get started here in just a moment. Thanks everybody for joining. And most importantly, happy Friday. All right, let's get started. So good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Walks on Wall Street. Today is Friday. It's a beautiful day today. It's warming up a little bit, and it is the official start of President's Day weekend. Monday, the market will be closed. I'm sure everybody's pretty much going to have off on Monday, so please enjoy your very long and extended holiday weekend. We're starting the live stream in a little bit of a different location, right in Central Park. Snow is still on the ground, and I think it looks pretty magical, the park. Just as the sun is setting, the lights are coming on in all the big buildings in the city. Looks beautiful, looks great. Now, we're starting the stream a little bit early tonight. I have some obligations to attend to tonight. I'm actually gonna be going to the very top of One Vanderbilt. They have a restaurant up there, the Centurion Lounge. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not a big, not very good at the pronunciation, but I will be there tonight. I was invited, and I will be sure to let you guys know what I think of the American Express Centurion Lounge at the very top of One Vanderbilt. So we're gonna be walking all the way down to 30th Street. And yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. So let's get started on the walk right here at Central Park South. Lynn, what's up? Dan, welcome. Jetstar, this is Big Bucks restaurant. Is it really? I don't know. I've never been there. I guess we'll find out tonight. But I was looking at some of the photos online, and the views are stunning from the top of One Vanderbilt, that restaurant there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. You have great views of one of my favorite Art Deco buildings of all time, which is the one and only, what's it called? Chrysler Building, which is great. Connie Ruiz, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll just do one lap around Columbus Circle. We'll head over to One Central Park West. It's a pretty good shot at the Deutsche Bank Tower, where now you have the Mandarin Oriental Hotel as well, which seems to be pretty packed tonight too. It's in the northernmost tower, and it looks like almost all the lights are on in the tower, which is great. JC, what's up? Hey, Tom and friends. Sally's here. Good to see you. Now, another quick update. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but yesterday was Thursday, and I did send out, I emailed everybody the Behind the Street newsletter, which is our free investing newsletter I send out to the group every other Thursday. I thought we covered a lot of interesting topics. So if you haven't received that yet, just go ahead and check your email. We talked a lot about the breadth of this market rally. We did a deep dive into specific sectors. We talked about the Russell 2000, talked about micro cap companies, and then we got a little bit more granular, talking about semiconductor industry, talking about the home builder industry, touching a little bit on biotech, right? So what I think is most important about this recent rally, right? Now we're pretty extended here. I'm expecting a lot of the, I would say, liquid true market leaders that have really led this rally to kind of pull back a little bit, to give some back. And especially a lot of those stocks that have gone on just amazing multi-week runs, right? Like a lot of them we've been talking about on the stream, like SMCI that hit $1,000 a share yesterday. I think a lot of those stocks need to come back here. But what we want to see as they pull back, we want to see that money being rotated throughout other industries that haven't really seen a lot of love lately, right? So the small caps, the micro caps, and I would say the tier 2 and the tier 3 ideas, I should say. So again, if you guys want to check that out and read it, go ahead and check your email, or you can scan the QR code on your screen and punch in your email, and you will be signed up to receive all of our free research every other Thursday, right as the market is closing. So we're now at 59th Street, Columbus Circle. This is Central Park West. Pretty beautiful views just as the lights are coming on in the city. I see Sharon is here. What's going on? Welcome. Now, it was a crazy windy day today in the city. I mean, it was just some insane winds that I haven't seen in a long time in New York. So I pretty much spent the vast majority of the day inside. I had a couple showings. So not super busy, just a lot of, I would say, paperwork day today. Now, this building is 157 West 57th Street. That is the first building ever to be constructed on New York City's Billionaires Row. Now, the building next to it, the very skinny one, is Steinway Tower, 111 West 57th Street. Hey, Andre Wolf is here. What's up? Our good friend Peter says, Tom, the PPI looked a bit hot today. I doubt the Fed will drop rates until summer at the earliest. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a big concern. Now, PPI is actually what the Federal Reserve places a little bit more credence on, or a little bit more weighting on. And it did come in a little bit hot, right? So I think I would agree with you. And, you know, here's the thing. Before my phone died last night, one of the conversations that we were having is, what is the reason, right? What is the reason, or what would be the catalyst that forces the Fed, or convinces, I should say, the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates and to ease up on monetary policy? I really don't see too many factors. I mean, do you guys? I don't really see much of anything. I mean, you have stock markets at near all-time record highs, right? S&P 500 new high, NASDAQ 100 new high, transportation indices now yesterday closing at a new all-time record high. So you have the broader market kind of broadening out here. In terms of the economy, right? Not to get confused, the stock market with the economy. But let's talk about some economic factors that people see every day on the ground floor in the United States. Well, unemployment is at multi-decade lows, right? So the unemployment rate in the United States is, or I would say the unemployment rate in the United States is extremely low, which is good news. I think every American wants to hear that, right? Unless you're some type of sociopath. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, unemployment is very low. So knowing that the market is kind of firing in all cylinders, the housing market is still very tight. There's not a lot of inventory on the market, and prices really haven't come down all that much. Why would the Fed lower interest rates, right? To pour more fuel on the fire and reinflate this, I would say, inflation genie? I don't know. So I think I am in agreement with Peter on this, that the Fed is probably going to be a little bit longer than many market participants think in cutting rates. This is a cool shot of 432 Park Avenue, all the way to the left. You have the Steinway Tower. Wow, 157 looks really, really blue tonight. I think that's just because of the, there's not a cloud in the sky and there's that blue backdrop. Look at that. Alex says, I think it's only low because people are getting 2 to 3 jobs. That's not really how the unemployment rate works, but I do kind of see your point there. You're saying, Americans can't really get by so on one job, so they may have 2 or 3 jobs or odd jobs, something like that. Maybe that's your point. It's an interesting point for sure. Jen Claus, what's up? Says, lovely evening for a walk. What's going on? Peter says, the extensive amounts of fiscal stimulus has continued to goose the economy, so unemployment is low. The gravy train will have to stop at some point as the national debt is getting out of control. No, for sure. Yeah, from a fiscal point of view, I think you're spot on. I mean, I think Peter hit the nail on the head in a fiscal point of view, right? That's my biggest concern, right? We always seem optimistic. Many people even will write me emails saying that I'm too optimistic, I'm a perma bull. I'm not a perma bull. I just very easily shift with the trend, and I look for the supporting evidence that corroborates the trend. And I would say the number one thing that's of concern to me is the incredible amounts of government spending that's still yet to hit, by the way, right? A lot of the fiscal packages from the CHIPS and Science Act has yet to make its way through the economy yet. Hold on, it's getting a little bit windy. I just gotta zip up my jacket. Give me 1 second. Now, I was looking at a weather report. It says it's supposed to snow this weekend. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see. Lock Sky says, hey Tom, what do you think of BTC? I think a lot about it. Now, I'm not sure if you read the newsletter that I sent out last night. If you didn't get it, check your email. We talked a lot about Bitcoin specifically. And even though many of you watching this, you may not like Bitcoin, you may think it's a fraud, you should still pay attention to it, right? Even if you don't want to trade it, if you don't want to own it, it's very, very important to still pay attention to it for the following reasons. Because it acts as a risk proxy for the market. So, in my view, right, and this is up for debate, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are probably some of the most high-risk speculative investments, right? I mean, chances are if you're down to your last dollar, you're not going to be speculating on Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. But when there's a little bit of irrational exuberance, so to speak, in the market, that's when you kind of have those risk assets really getting in gear and rocking. So Bitcoin is now over 52,000. It's about 33% off of making a brand new all-time record high. And I think we'll probably get a new all-time record high this year. That's kind of my thoughts on it. Another big catalyst for that, by the way, are these approvals for the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Because all of the other Bitcoin ETFs prior to the spot Bitcoin approval, it was really all futures-based ETFs, which is essentially you're speculating on the futures contracts that speculate on the price of Bitcoin. With the spot ETF, should people buy the ETF, they have to buy the equivalent amount of Bitcoin as well. And the fund flows into some of these ETFs have been astronomical. Yesterday, that was another thing I sort of put in the newsletter. 2 days ago, there was $500 million, right, in one day $500 million flowing into the new BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. So that is just an unbelievable amount of demand of institutions now being able to get exposure, direct exposure, I should say, to this underlying asset. So hey, Dance, Tom, have you been to London? You know, I haven't. I'd love to go though. I think London is a big financial city, and it's one of my goals, is to be able to get to London sooner rather than later. I'd love to travel. Yeah, London's an awesome place. I feel as if London would probably be like the same type of speed as New York City in terms of the pace of life, you know, the attitude of the people who live there. Very career oriented, very business focused. So I think I'd like London a lot. I don't know if I'd like the weather in London, but I think overall I think I'd fit very well there. Hey Natalie, what's up? This is good evening, Tom and team. Happy Friday. Man, it definitely feels like a Friday. The city is rocking tonight. And it's a long weekend too. It's President's Day weekend. So happy President's Day to everybody. Oh, Dan says, I'm from London, so it'd be nice to have you. Dan says, New York City is much faster pace. Oh, wow, really? Well, here's the thing. When I think about London, I think about finance. I mean, I don't know if that's because I have a bias that way, but I feel as if London is a very financial-oriented city, right? The hustle and bustle, kind of like New York. Everything's super expensive. I don't know. Hey, Tin Man. Hey, everybody. Hope all is well from Maine. It's a cold night again. Yeah. Apparently, it's supposed to snow in New York City tomorrow. We'll see. Nakos, what's up? This is Hey Tom, good to see you, Nakos. We're making a left here on New York City's Billionaires Row. This is 57th Street. But we're gonna head downtown tonight. Oh wow, Jamie says London won Global Financial Center, top spot back in January, so there you go. Oh guys, I have a quick update for you all. I think you guys are gonna enjoy this a lot, okay? So we often talk about all these buildings on Billionaires Row, right? The one right in front of us is 157 West 57th Street. There's a single sponsor unit left in the building until 157 has completed a full sellout. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, a sponsor unit is essentially a unit that you purchase directly from the developer, so directly from Extel themselves. And there's one unit left, and today I was in that unit. It's a beautiful, beautiful 1-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom with just under 500 square feet of outdoor space. So it's one of 2 units in the entire building that have outdoor space. And next week on Thursday, I'm gonna be showing you guys the tour. I just filmed the tour earlier today. Such a cool building to be able to take you guys inside a unit at 157. So you'll be able to see that on Thursday. Just wanted to give you that quick update. It's the last sponsor unit available at 157 until they achieve a total sellout, 100% sold in terms of sponsor units. It's an awesome building. I love it in there. Love it in there. Now, as a resident, you have full access to all of the amenities and services at the Park Hyatt Hotel. And the Park Hyatt is a 5-star luxurious hotel one of the best hotels in New York City. You have 24/7, 365 concierge. You could have in-room dining. You have private chefs on demand. You have saltwater swimming pool. You have a lounge, a full library, an aquarium as well. You have access to an aquarium. It's insane. You guys are gonna love it. And I wanted to film this video so long, and I was finally able to do it today. So I'm excited for you guys to see it. Very excited. I think the internet has a little bit of buffering. Narcos says the unit must have quite the view. So the view is pretty decent. Now it's facing 57th Street. It doesn't have a Central Park view. But what's cool about it is it's one of 2 units in the entire building with outdoor space. So the patio is really cool outside. And you have a direct view of 53 West 53rd Street. It's really cool. Really cool. Hey, Hang with Mark Mom, what's up? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ed Sullivan Theater. Narcos says, any plans for the extended weekend? Not really. I'm probably going to be working on Monday, to be honest, but I think for Saturday and Sunday, I just kind of want to take it easy and just kind of relax. Tonight, I'm going to the top of One Vanderbilt. I'm going to be eating dinner at the American Express Centurion Lounge. I've never been there before, so I'm actually quite excited about it. It's been recommended to me multiple times by the group here. I'll let you know how it is. What about you? Any interesting plans for the weekend? Hang with Mark Mom says, good evening, Tom. Trying to find CDs higher than 5.5% for 12 months and can't. Banks are betting on the Fed to lower rates. Yeah, for sure. And, you know, the 10-year Treasury has come down quite a bit. I think some money market accounts, you know, if you look at some money markets, they're still 5%, maybe 5.25%, which is pretty good. And then you get all the liquidity, right? So, you know, you really don't even need to, you know, kind of lock up in the CDs. That's the good thing about money market accounts, right? Money market funds, you have all the liquidity, easy buy and sell out of it. It's good. Yeah, Hang with Mark Mom says, I won't even entertain T-bills right now. That's true. I think the only shot that we have at rates going back up again is if we have this sustained upward push in inflation. PPI came out today, came out hotter than expected. So we not only had CPI coming in hotter than expected, but we had PPI numbers today coming in hotter than expected as well. We'll see how that unfolds. We'll see. Let's see if Times Square is going to be packed tonight. We'll see. Lots of car traffic. Okay, so this is going to take us right into the middle of Times Square. You have juniors on the left here. I think we'll cut over to 8th Avenue. So we'll make a right on West 48th Street. Look at that, it looks like they're welding something up there. You can see all the sparks flying off. Kathy R, what's up? Gerald Glover, welcome. Seems like there's a lot of tourists out tonight too. All right, I think we'll make a right and try to avoid some of this. Make a right here. Hey, Tug Carter, what's up? We're passing the W Hotel. Mark, what's up? Brian is here. Terry says, where's all the snow? You know, there was some snow in Central Park, but there's no snow actually in the city, like on the streets. There's too much foot traffic for that and too much vehicle traffic. It pretty much melts right away. Carol Reevy, good to see you. All right, we're gonna make a left right at the corner here, and this is gonna run us into the Port Authority bus terminal, 42nd Street, and then take us all the way down to 34th. Street traffic seems pretty minimal. Hi, this is New York City's Restaurant Row, West 46th Street and 8th Avenue. It's actually not a bad place to come. Lots of good restaurants, bars down here. And it's just right off of Times Square. So if you need to catch a show, right, if you need to catch a Broadway show, maybe this is a pretty good place to come for dinner. You could be in and out real quick. A lot of times the restaurants will ask you, you know, do you have a dinner planned or a show planned, so they can get you in and out. Hey DA, what's up? It's early tonight. Yeah, usually Fridays I got to do the streams a little bit early. I have to go to the top of One Vanderbilt tonight at the American Express Centurion Lounge. I'll let you guys know how it is. I'll send you some pictures. The views are supposedly pretty good. And look at how long that line is. You have all the illegal mopeds lined up. Hey, Sea Lavender. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's pretty busy. Times Square is rocking. What time is it, everybody? Probably like 6:30 maybe? 6:40? I actually don't even know what time we started the live stream. It's been a crazy week. I'm glad we have that long weekend. 6:23. Got it. This is the Port Authority bus terminal here. We just made the light. I'm in a little bit of a rush, so I'm not catching all the comments, but welcome to the Port Authority. Now, I think some people are a little bit confused because the bike lanes, they changed the bike lanes. So some of them go both ways now. It's a little weird. across. This is the New York Times building right here, 8th Avenue. You also have the Beer Authority near the Port Authority. I feel as if 8th Avenue is a little bit too chaotic. Would you guys agree? I don't know if I could ever live on 8th. Too much street traffic. And there's a lot of apartments too up and down 8th Avenue. Some of the newer condos. I just don't know if I could live here. Anybody else feel that way? I kind of feel like you're too much in the action. Okay, so we're headed down to the New Yorker Hotel, which apparently some guy tried to steal the entire New Yorker Hotel. Has anybody hear that story? I think Lee in the chat sent me that crazy story. There was some wild rule with the rent stabilization law where the guy just moves in to one of the hotel rooms and they couldn't evict him. They couldn't get him out because he started to, you know, put his actual address. He signed up for like a cell phone bill, get sent to his hotel room, and the city, due to the law, they weren't allowed to evict him. And then turns out he actually filed with the city saying that he owns the building. So the building owner of the New Yorker Hotel actually had to take him to court and prove that he didn't own the building. So wild. But now the guy, I think he's probably gonna go to prison for fraud. Crazy story though, right? How you could just move into a hotel room and, you know, if you just put like a phone bill there, technically they can't kick you out. Weird. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, a little bit more laid back stream, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We'll kind of avoid some of the traffic. We'll go down one of the side streets. I know Peter's like the landlord-tenant laws in New York City are extremely complex. Indeed they are. Man, what a difference just from turning down one of the side streets off of 8th Avenue. So much quieter. 8th is a little bit too crazy for me. Hey, what's up, Brian? It's happy Friday, Tom and team. Good to see you guys. You know, after this live stream, everybody, I may upload another video during the time that we're usually supposed to live stream, like at 8:30 at night. For those of you who didn't get the newsletter, I'll upload the full property tour of La Botanica, which is a triplex, one of our listings in the East Village. It's an incredible, incredible triplex. 3,000 square feet, 4 dedicated outdoor spaces. Maybe I'll have to upload that tonight at 8:30. Okay, we're coming up on the main Pen 2 project. I actually filmed a video about this not too long ago. I think they did a fantastic job. Totally transformed Penn Station. Looks great. You can see a little bit from here. Dan says, what is your most expensive sale? Are you talking about our most expensive listing that we currently have right now, or the most expensive property that I've personally sold? I guess I'll answer both questions. So the most expensive listing we have right now is just under $20 million. And I'm gonna try to film a video of that listing just so you guys can see it. But our most expensive listing is just a touch under 20 million bucks. And the most expensive sale that I've been a part of, or I've done, is the one that just closed yesterday. That was the 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot full floor apartment on 23rd Street. $2,495,000. Amazing apartment, by the way. Stunning, stunning apartment. If you guys want to see what that looks like, just type !23 in the chat and the Nightbot will drop the link to that video tour. Look at this beautiful view of the Empire. Vincent Lee, welcome. Hey, Lady C, what's up? Thank you, Tom, for showing us the best views in the properties. No problem. I think, you know, hopefully it gives you a good perspective of kind of what it's like in my day-to-day activities here in New York in the real estate business. It's cool, and it's awesome to be able to share that with you guys, because back in the day you couldn't, right? There was no cameras where you could shoot a pretty good standalone video and upload it. And I think the goal with the property tours is I want to have things unedited. I feel as if, you know, a lot of the property tours that are out there on the market are extremely high production, and they look almost too good. They look so good that if you could just have a one-take video with nobody in it, the only thing you're seeing is the apartment, it'll give you a little bit better perspective of what it's actually like to be in there. So just trying out that different style, as opposed to, you know, them filming the real estate agent and them talking about the property. Sometimes I think people just want to see all aspects of the property unedited, just the property. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them so far. Herald Square, one of my favorite places. We're right outside Macy's. Look at that. Yo, Ryan Beck, what's up? Cheers all, just dropped by to say hi. I hope you're well. Ryan, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us, appreciate it. It's been a crazy week, right? CPI, PPI, lots of inflation data. Finally have that nice long weekend. Markets well into the record highs. Hopefully we'll have nice digestion. Okay, we're gonna go right through Koreatown, 32nd Street and Broadway. This is gonna take us to the east side of Manhattan. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We do these live streams every day starting at 8:30. And if you want to see all of our listings, all of our property tours here in Manhattan, New York City, all the boroughs, if you just scan the QR code on your screen, punch in your email, we send you guys a video tour of one of our listings every other week, every other Thursday, in our Substack. This guy seems to be in a bit of a hurry, right? Cheese Puff says, do you go to the closings? No, I don't. It's a little bit different protocol now. You can go to the closings if you need to, but a lot of the times the attorneys would actually rather you don't. And I think that really started to happen after the big C, the COVID. But I usually meet up with the clients after the closing, make sure they have their keys, make sure they have everything from the management company, make sure everything's all set up, if they have any questions. But at the very physical closings, no, it's just usually the attorneys, particularly in New York City. It's just New York, it's just the attorneys handling everything, right? Really, once the offer is accepted and by both parties, and we negotiate the deal and come to an agreement, it's kind of out of the agent's hands at that point, and it's just all the attorneys going back and forth with all the legal and making sure the deposits get there on time. So we're pretty much just negotiating the offers, right? Trying to get, that price that's advantageous for both the buyer and the seller. Once offer is accepted, it's pretty much just both the buyer and seller attorney take it from there. And I think in most cases, though, in my opinion, I think that's best, right? You want to make sure everything is done correctly, and you want to make sure you hire a really good attorney so that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, so to speak. I think it's better that way for protection for the buyer and the seller.
Just ring her.
Okay, 2 more blocks. It's actually a really good oyster bar to the left. Got it. Cheese Puffs is up in Woodstock. It's different. Got it. Yeah, it's different depending on, you know, the state you're in. Like when I bought my property in South Florida, I didn't even use a real estate attorney. I just did the whole deal myself. It was an interesting deal structure. That's kind of why, but yeah, which I don't advise, by the way. You should always get a good real estate attorney, but I just did my deal very quick. Ah, Jen Claus, you like oysters? I like oysters too. But you really got to make sure you be careful with eating oysters, though. Let me get the QR code out of the way for you guys. JF says, the New York closing process faster or slower compared to other states using title agencies? It really all depends on the deal. It really all depends. Some of the deals are super easy, super fast closes. Other ones could take longer. I've only done 2 deals, right? But the only time I've actually ran into issues was with the buyer was going back and forth a little bit with the sponsor on a punch list item. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, if you're purchasing a new development in New York City, okay, which essentially means you're purchasing from the sponsor, which is the developer. Once you have offer accepted, you do the walkthrough with somebody that represents the sponsor, and you have a punch list. Because if you're buying new development, right, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a brand new product. So if one of the floorboards are scuffed, you know, if there's a scratch on the appliances or anything, right, that gets put in the punch list, and before closing, all of that has to be repaired, right, on a timely basis. So there was a couple, you know, misconceptions on one deal about leveling the floor, and then the sponsor's like, no, it is level. The inspector says it's not, so we had to go back and do it again. Turns out the floor was level, but that took so much more time, and you know, it really just depends. Now, it usually takes a lot quicker if it's all cash deals, no banks, right? Because you don't have to deal with anything. It's just you wire the money, boom, that's it. And thankfully, the 2 deals that I've done this year were all cash. And if you joined the live stream last night, we were talking about interest rates, the interest rate environment, right? And how a lot of people are opting, if they have the means to financially, to pay cash. Because if you take out a 30-year fixed, you know, at 6.5%, that's a lot of money in interest you're paying. It's a lot of money. So if you can afford to have that kind of capital outlay, chances are you can negotiate a better deal, maybe some money off the asking price. Maybe the sponsor could pay the transfer taxes and the mansion taxes, and you could do a quick close in 30 days if you have the firepower to be able to pay cash. And in New York City, what we've seen, the data shows, the vast majority of deals that have been getting done this year, the overwhelming majority have been cash deals. Now again, New York City is a whole different market. It's a whole beast of its own. Right, we have higher price points here, generally, right? There's a very high concentration of high net worth individuals here. So people have money, generally speaking, in New York. So this is kind of the market where cash deals are very common at higher price points. Which, by the way, it just makes the deal a whole lot easier. Just makes the deal a whole lot easier. So if you are looking to buy a place in New York City and you are a cash buyer, you know, you can negotiate some pretty good deals, right? So we've now turned down 30th Street. Look at how peaceful and beautiful this street is. Love all the architecture on the buildings. It's just so stunning here. That's one of the things I love about New York City, everybody, is just the diversity in the architecture, the diversity in neighborhoods. I mean, on this very short, 1 hour live stream, I mean, man, have we explored so many different neighborhoods in New York. We were in Times Square, walking down 8th Avenue. It was so loud. And now, right here off of Lexington Avenue and East 30th, you have a lot of these pre-war buildings. It's quiet, more residential. And that's only in a few block transition. I mean, that's the beauty of New York City. Some apartments could be hundreds of thousands of dollars different, or even $1 million difference, just based upon 10, 20 blocks. Hey, Hang with Mark Mom says, Tom, it's common in Florida too. Can close within 30 days easy. That's what Hang with Mark Mom, you're spot on. You're totally, totally spot on with that. My deal closed very, very quickly when I bought my property down there. But generally speaking, I advise all clients, use an attorney. I mean, it's the biggest purchase of your life, probably, right? Buying a home or an investment property, duplex, triplex, maybe even multifamily. Don't cheap out on the attorney, spend the extra money. Wow, guys, look at this. Beautiful colonial style. I know, Cheese Puff, we were cruising fast. We covered a lot of ground, guys. We covered a lot of ground tonight. We'll go over one more. We'll go over one more. But yeah, particularly for real estate agents, 2022 and 2023 have been very, very tough years. And we've been talking about this on the live stream because deal flow shuts off, right? And real estate is rather illiquid. So the way it works is when the Fed starts to raise interest rates, what happens is prices don't tend to go down right away. What happens is transaction volume dries up. And there was almost no deals being done in 2022 and 2023 compared to 2021. I believe last year was the lowest year for transactions since the great financial crisis. So there's not a lot of deals to be going around now. So I've been quite blessed to be able to get 2 deals done this year. And a lot of that, believe it or not, guys, is because of you, because of the viewers here. I get a lot of deal flow, a lot of leads from the stream, which I do appreciate very, very much. So, by you watching the stream, watching the property tours, reading the newsletter, a lot of our, free research that we publish every other Thursday, that gets shared more than you think. And I've gotten some pretty big lead flow from that, right? So I appreciate your consistency, everybody, in reading the newsletter, sharing the newsletter, watching the live streams, because that's a big task. I mean, we put out a lot of content and you guys show up almost every night, which is incredible. So I appreciate all of you very much. This is a beautiful view of the Empire State Building. So thank all of you for your hard work. I do appreciate it. That's a cool kind of split view here. You have Chrysler Building here, and then boom, Empire State Building. I love that. Love that. Now, could you imagine living in one of these apartments over here? You have, well, some of the units have this dual view of the Chrysler and the Empire. That's awesome. Hey Lance, it's Tom. What restaurant are you going to for tonight? So I'm really excited, Lance. I'm going to be going to the very top of One Vanderbilt at the American Express Centurion Club. I got invited there, so I really couldn't pass that up. So I'll let you know how it is. I'll take some photos. Hey Peter, this is Tom. Didn't you say that you have around 4,200 readers for the newsletter? That is about 10% of the YouTube audience. Yeah, it's insane. So I'm very, very thankful. It's incredible. And all of it's been, you know, organic growth from just you guys sharing it to your friends and family. So I appreciate it. I was in the Beacon Theater the other night and I was looking around, which, by the way, thank you. We had such a kind viewer who apparently runs head of security for Tina Fey. I'm not sure if you guys know who that is. And she's doing this amazing, amazing show with Amy Poehler at the Beacon Theater. And they were so generous and so kind to gift me 2 tickets to that. So last weekend I went to the Amy Poehler, Tina Fey comedy show at the Beacon Theater. I had a blast. It was just an unbelievable experience. And I was looking around the theater and there was so many people in there, but I think the theater only holds about 2,600 people. So to put it in perspective, you know, it's very humbling that, you know, even, you know, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, you know, 50 people take time out of their day to read, you know, my research on the market. So I'm very appreciative for that, because that's a lot of people and I value your time very much. So, oh, is that right? Gary says they're 2 of my favorite comedians. Yeah, they were cool. Great personalities, very funny, by the way, extremely funny. They were doing some of their old skits that they used to do on Saturday Night Live way back in the day. It was a good time. If anybody's visiting New York City and you want to see a good show, take a visit to the Beacon Theater. It's a very fun venue. I enjoyed myself a lot. Sabrina Fair, what's up? All right, let's head back up to 30th Street. I gotta go home real quick and change. Hang with Mark. Mom says, love Tina Fey, miss her from SNL. You gotta go see her. Maybe she'll come to Miami or Tampa, Florida. Wow, look at that. It's another great shot of the Empire. All right, everybody, I think we will call it a night here. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the live stream tonight. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like on the video. Click the subscribe button if you're new. And if you'd like to sign up to receive all of our free research on the financial markets, as well as exclusive New York City property tours, just scan the QR code on your screen and you can punch in your email and you'll be signed up to receive our Behind the Street newsletter. We will be back tomorrow night at 8:30 exploring Tribeca, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York. And maybe later tonight, right around 8:30, I will upload a video for all of you, showcasing one of our new listings in the East Village called La Botanica, a triplex apartment, 3,000 square feet, on the market for just under $4.5 million. So everybody have a fantastic weekend. Have a wonderful President's Day. Be safe, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Lynn, Sharon, all of our moderators, Hang with Mark Mom. Always a bull market somewhere. You just need to know where to look. Take care, everybody, and God bless to all of you. Thanks so much.